Hey folks, welcome back to the vlog. Early morning food report. I haven't really had any except a couple of cookies with my coffee. Coffee was hotel coffee. Nothing more to be said. Last night food report though, we ate with David and Aaron Clements. That was amazing food, and it was just, they were very generous to spend some time with us. They got us dinner, and we had a great time with them. Today we are driving to Bisbee, Arizona. Going to do a lot of singing there. Looking forward to that because we have had a couple of days without singing. But supposedly it looks like there's going to be a lot of beautiful things to see on this drive. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm going to close my eyes the whole time.
Really?
I don't want to see all this beautiful nature.
Okay, Susie has not had coffee yet. Praise report though. Someone called me today, and just someone we've been praying for who said that he was ready to buy a Bible and had already ordered it. So that was an answer to prayer. And we also need to go hopefully by today, find some Bibles so we can give some more away. All right, let's go.
Well, we were running late today. We're on our way to somebody's house near Bisbee, Arizona. Then we didn't really have time to stop and sightsee, so here's a cool dinosaur statue outside of the McDonald's where we stopped to use the bathroom. That's it.
We are staying here in our host home in Arizona, and it's a great night. Didn't film just because sometimes you just got to focus on doing ministry. But I wanted to show you Lucy has tucked herself in underneath her mattress. Let's see. I don't know if you can tell, but she's sleeping underneath the mattress instead of underneath the blanket. So we are right on the border of Mexico. You can actually see the border right in the background. There it is. Well, good morning. We're here in outside of Bisbee, Arizona. Going on a short hike before church this morning. It's gorgeous. We had a small gathering here last night. We worshiped and we prayed for healing, and just prayed over one another. I'm gonna ask Justice his thoughts on last night. Justice.
It was good, but I felt like a weirdo.
You felt like a weirdo, so it's kind of weird. What?
I mean, it was good, but you know,
I mean, weird isn't good. How can you say it was good if it was weird?
I don't know. It was good.
Yeah. Oh, you can tell us your real thoughts. I mean, if you didn't like it, you didn't like it.
I mean, no, I liked it. It was good. It was good.
Okay, he sounds skeptical to me, so I guess I'll turn this off and we'll see if I can squeeze out of him some real thoughts. Maybe those were his real thoughts. He says they are, so we'll take his word for it. Good. We have not done too well in giving animal reports on this trip. Forgot to. There's been a lot going on. We've seen a lot of dead animals, but we've seen a live roadrunner. That was cool. I saw
roadrunner tracks.
You saw roadrunner tracks?
Yeah.
At White Sands?
Yeah.
Huh. Joey says she saw roadrunner tracks at White Sands. We saw Well, we saw alpaca here. And let's see. We saw other things. Oh, bald eagles. That's what I was trying to tell you. We saw some bald eagles. So that was cool. All right. I'll let you know if we see anything else.
Looks like a baby deer.
Well, there's an animal for you.
Yeah.
What was it?
It's a deer.
We're here in Bisbee, Arizona at an Assemblies of God church this morning. We are going to be singing here this morning. Well, not me, I'll be in the congregation singing, but Carl and Greta and the kids are going to be singing this morning. So we had to bring all this stuff and get here an hour or a little more than an hour early to set up.
I was going to do a coffee report, but Susie decided that she wanted to be selfish this morning, so.
Well, I made the coffee, and I just thought I'd share the fact that I've actually never used. Well, yeah, I did make it better than her, but I've never used a coffee grinder in my life. Like, I've never used a coffee grinder ever, and she had whole beans in a coffee grinder, so I made a big pot of coffee, and it all got drunk, and I ground the coffee beans, and it was so easy. I don't know why I felt intimidated at all.
Do you feel accomplished?
No, I feel kind of lame because it was so easy and I've never done it before ever.
But it was cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, fresh ground is the best.
Fresh.
Take that, all you French pressers. Are you awake, Joe?
Yes.
Yeah? Are you ready to go? Ooh, so much attitude.
The Grand Canyon.
Yeah, so we're looking at a big pit in this mining town of Bisbee. They used to mine copper.
That, you can see the copperish hue in this.
Yeah, and then some
That
of
is a
these
massive canyon.
hills up here were not here. They were pulled out of the mine.
So this is an artificial canyon.
Yes, it's an artificial canyon, and those are artificial mountains or hills right behind us.
I wish I could see.
So they just totally blew a hole in the
I
ground.
can't even
Yeah.
see the bottom.
Yep.
That's something else.
Mom.
Not sure what I think.
So all of the red clays from them pulling out the stuff.
They pulled the dirt out of the ground as they were mining for copper. And then these hills up here were made from what came out of that big pit.
That's astounding. How did they get it up here? Trucks?
Yeah, shovels, spoons.
That seems very dangerous, you know. Of course, if it doesn't rain, I guess you don't really have much in the way of mudslides.
Yeah, that's true.
But it must rain once in a while.
All right, now we're going into old historic Bisbee. So we're on our way back, and we have a little detour because Greta and our host are just gonna, apparently you can get into Mexico really quick with your driver's license. So Greta and our host are gonna walk through the gates so that Greta can be in Mexico and then come right back out. But we don't know if it's gonna be like a 5-minute process or a 25-minute process. So we're gonna grab the pizzas and head back to the house, put them in the oven.
I don't know. I don't think so. Hi.
Are you sure you want to do this?
I'm positive I'm going to do this.
It's safe. I do it all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we come down here for the dentist and the pharmacy and tortillas.
You just go across the border and get your stuff?
Yep. We usually just park here, and then you have to walk all the way around and through the customs thing. But
Heck yeah. I'm going into
Okay.
Mexico.
It'll be safe,
I'm gonna
I
add
promise.
a country to my list.
I don't know. Let's just pray she gets home.
Yeah, we don't know what the outcome of this is going to be. I mean, there's part of me that's like a little nervous, like she's just going across the border real quick and coming back in. But yeah, I mean, what could go wrong? I don't know. I don't really want to think everything could go wrong. Something could go wrong, and yet it could be like an hour. But then again, we could take the long way home accidentally, and she and Lisa could get home before us. So, you know,
I'm hungry.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. We're back here at the Alpaca Ranch, and we got back before Lisa and Greta, so I hope they're okay. They didn't beat us back after all. But Carl, tell us what you think of the alpacas.
Well, I was just saying, I think they're kind of cute, but I don't like the idea that they could spit in my eye from 12 feet away.
Mommy,
I mean,
already taking aim. Look at him.
yeah, he is. Okay, he is
Are we
eyeballing
bringing
you.
your
Yeah, he is.
Can I roll this up anymore? I'm gonna walk with my back to
You know,
him.
they can probably smell your hostility.
Where's Safety Steve?
So our host Lisa raises alpaca, and she sells the wool, and she has made many beautiful things. Makes me wish that I crocheted or knitted or did something like that. But she has these rugs that she made out of alpaca wool, and she used a loom to do that. And she's got this really cool wall full of ribbons from prizes and more yarn. And here's some rug yarn. Pretty cool. I like this sort of stuff.
I like pizza. How
Okay.
hot do I need to?
I put it at 400.
Okay. All right, we are halfway. This is our halfway mark for our trip. Today we are leaving the Bisbee, Arizona area, headed to Phoenix, and then on to San Diego. Lucy back here has a javelina, something. What?
I think it's a javelina.
Javelina? It's something like a pig, and it's apparently very common in Arizona. So she got a stuffed. I guess this is made out of alpaca fur. So that's cool. Thank you, Lisa, for that gift, and I think it's brought great joy to Lucy. All right, on our way to Phoenix, we are stopping in Tombstone, so let's check that out.
Where's your gum?
And she swallowed it.
Is it gone? Is it all done?
Look at how small it swallowed it.
Okay.
She swallowed it.
I know, I'm just trying to get her to communicate.
Okay, well, I'm doing a prayer report this morning, and earlier on this trip, we got to pray for some women at a gas station who kind of had some scary stuff going on, and Carl and I did a prayer walk around the building. I haven't really done many prayer walks around properties and buildings before, honestly, so it's funny that when we got to our host Lisa's house, we were praying for healing for her, but she also asked me to go with her around her property and do a prayer walk with her this morning right before we left. And I feel very honored and very blessed to do that. We really took a lot of time. We went to all the corners of her property and went around her house and in her house and prayed a lot of different things all over the property for blessing and peace, for protection, for evil things to leave, for good things to come and fill it up. And she also has an Airbnb on her property, and we're just praying over that room that, you know, that she'd be blessed with her business, but that she also would be protected, that the people who come to her place, if they have any malintentions, that they would feel that this is like a holy place dedicated to God, you know, that people who would want to do evil or even just party would be deterred from doing that. And so it felt good to pray this morning. So that's our prayer report, because Carl asked me to do. We were talking about, we do a coffee report, but we should probably do a prayer report. What was the other report?
Food report.
A food report.
Tex-Mex on the border of Mexico.
True.
Homemade. Excellent.
Chex-Mix?
Tex-Mex, not
Tex-Mex
Chex-Mix.
Texas.
Chex-Mix.
Is it
That's all I have to
Tex-Mex, or
report.
is
It was
that,
really good.
Is that
Is it
Arizmex?
I don't know. It was,
there
tacos.
But it was in
the
Arizona.
meat that goes in tacos, and it was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did eat some good food with Lisa, and Greta had a popsicle in Mexico.
Yep.
How was that?
It was good. It was strawberry cream. I didn't care for the strawberry part. It didn't taste like strawberry. It tasted like food coloring. But the cream was good. And Lisa got, I think it's called tamarind or something like that. And it was kind of tart. It was just like a weird fruit that they had.
Nice.
Now I'm eating veggies.
And
Yeah,
the coffee.
veggies.
I made
Yeah.
like decaf that we brought from home, and it was like, yeah.
Because they aren't
Then I had some of Greta's coffee, or maybe you made it. It was like fresh ground, real coffee, or
Yeah.
more.
Hallelujah,
Yeah, it
praise
was-
the
it
Lord.
I made it. I made it because I know how to grind coffee now.
And I'm a believer there is good coffee as opposed to not as good coffee.
Yeah. The
There
trick to
is.
grinding coffee is you scoop it in the grinder and then you just push the button. That's the trick. Oh, and you also have to make sure it's plugged in. Also, our host Lisa said that one time she had to take her cat to the vet because it got beat up by a javelina, and she happened to have this little javelina stuffed animal that she passed on to Lucy, and Lucy really loves it. And a javelina is not a pig. It can get tusks. It's a rodent. It's part of the rodent family.
And the cat didn't get beat up. Her cat got sliced open because their tusks are self-sharpening every time they open and close their mouth.
That sounds.
Those things are
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah, and
But it looks really cute.
the cat is very healthy now to this day, and he's fine, and he's very friendly, actually. Everybody loved him. Even Lucy. Lucy, did you love the kitty?
Oh, that's a big cross.
Yeah. Do you like your javelina?
There's a javelina. Yeah.
Wait, a real one?
Look, Mom. And also I got an owl.
Yeah, Teresa has an owl, and
And I named it Owie. Hey, Mom. That's a real javelina.
Not to be confused with Owie. Owlie.
Owlie, not Owie. Okay.
Howdy, partner. Don't call me any partner. What the heck is your problem? We love each other.
All right, so we're having some dinner here, lunch in Tombstone. Interesting place. And as soon as we got out of the car, past the guy who was talking about his cancer treatment, so we got to stop and pray for him. I asked him if he was a Christian, and he said no, he's Catholic. So anyway, I told him Jesus wants to be Lord of his life, and prayed for him, and gave him my number to report next time he goes to the doctor. So hopefully he will.
How Tombstone got its name. A man named Ed Schiffelin came to Camp Huachuca with soldiers and left to begin prospecting in the area. He was told he would probably find his tombstone instead of silver. When he filed his first claim in 1877, he named it Tombstone. One word went out about the rich lodes in the Tombstone area. Once word went out, then the town was given it this as its name.
When you're eating a bloomin' onion, you probably don't need to do a food report. It's just,
Carly,
it's good. I just love history, reliving it, and it's just fun to come to this old western town and
Look out, Teresa.
get a feel for history in the first person.
Okay. Carl says he has a question to ask.
yes. So, was Bisbee or Tombstone more interesting? Which one did you like better?
Well, we got to walk around Tombstone, but I think Bisbee was actually more interesting because Tombstone was a lot of gift shops that had like similar stuff, but it was cool to walk around. We didn't see any saloon doors like in the old cartoons.
Yeah, that was not like what I thought would be. It had more of the tourist trap, like Gatlinburg type of vibe to it, more commercialized, where Bisbee was more like authentic, being who they were kind of thing.
There's the mining town.
Yeah.
What do you think, Susie?
Oh, I agree. I think Tombstone was really, really touristy. Like,
I like
Like that's the whole town.
Because
Is that
I
main?
just wanted to ride in the carriage.
You like Tombstone?
Because I want to ride in the carriage.
Yeah.
It was a cool stagecoach.
It was a cool stagecoach. I don't think I wanted to ride in it for sure. We're sitting
I
in the van.
wanted to.
Okay. Well, you did get to ride a horse on this trip, and you know what? I think that's probably even cooler than riding in that carriage.
That's true.
Don't you think so? To actually sit on the horse?
A horse is way better. Who wants to sit in like a rickety-rockety carriage, cramped with a bunch of strangers? Like
For days and days
there's
on
a reason
end.
we have cars now instead of carriages. I don't think
Yeah, because horse exhaust is not as nice.
What?
Actually, I would disagree.
What'd you say?
He said horse exhaust is
You
not
just
as
said-
nice.
Daddy
Say that.
gave me 5 goats.
Oh, Carl said horse exhaust is not as nice as car exhaust, but I actually disagree.
Yeah.
I think that Tombstone was interesting and it was fun, and so I gotta work. I'm joking. I need water. Anyway, sorry. Thank you. Tombstone was fun. Like it was a fun little touristy place, but Bisbee and you getting to cross into Mexico for like a few minutes and being on the alpaca farm. I mean, that was a really cool area.
That
Just
was-
the area itself, let alone the fact that we stayed with a great host and great people, you know.
Yeah. And Bisbee had like actual mine shafts sticking out of the ground, and like the houses were all scattered, kind of like, oh, here's a good spot to just settle, and then they've just been there ever since.
Yeah, that's true.
I think was cool.
That's true.
I also thought Tombstone was a little sad since it's kind of built around greed and violence and death. I think that's kind of
Yeah.
little sad.
Like the saloon, there's a lot of saloon restaurants,
Brothel
and
coins.
the waitresses and what?
Brothel coins for sale.
Brothel coins.
Yeah, like as mementos.
Ooh, gross.
It's like a holding mark for a brothel.
Well, yeah, that's really sad and disgusting. And a lot of the waitresses that worked in the saloons were dressed like old-timey saloon women, which isn't really a very good thing. So
It weren't no Dollywood.
it weren't no Dollywood. But we ate at a different family restaurant. Yeah, the restaurant we ate at was different.
We got to pray for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I have a very shrill 4-year-old in my ear. I can't think. It's a very pretty singing voice, but it'll take the room.
Why isn't it recording? Why
It
is?
still is.
But where's the red?
It
Bleep.
disappears after a little while.
Oh.
Yeah.
We will continue to fade. Anyway, we got to pray for a lot of people actually. I think Carl mentioned the guy that has cancer. We just happened to walk by when he said, he's like, oh yeah, I'm stage 4, right?
Something like that.
Got to pray for somebody in the storefront. I think I heard you guys praying for someone while I was in the store, or you were asking
Well,
about it.
I asked these two people, I saw them hug and like seemed like they were upset about something, so I asked them if they wanted prayer. And I think that they were a little receptive at first, but I think the lady saw my t-shirt and immediately said no, which I think they're probably into some dark stuff. That's kind of my impression.
Dad,
Should have been like, can I offer you some good vibes?
Yeah.
Dad, what's your t-shirt say?
We got to pray for our waitress too.
Jesus
For
is
today.
king. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go get some rest.